Alrighty, welcome everybody. I know it's been a couple weeks since I've been on. I have been on vacation. So I am back and I am so excited to be live again with you guys. Not sure how many people will be on tonight. I gave everybody kind of short notice that I'd be here tonight, but hopefully we'll have a few of you. But if you're new, my name is Julie Brown. I am a Stampin' Up! Independent demonstrator, and I love making cards, and I love giving classes, and obviously love stamping up. Also, if you're new, please make sure that you comment in the comment section. Let me know you're here. That's also how, if you have any questions, you can just type in your questions and let me know if you have any questions on what I am doing. So while I'm waiting to see if there's anyone coming on, let's take care of some of what I call housekeeping. So the first thing is, first off, if you're going to place an order with me this month, please use this Costas code. It is QNZ933VR. Hey Mel, so glad you're with me tonight. And you can order through me at juliebrown.stampinup.net. My email is listed there. Please make sure that you visit both my Pinterest. You're on my Facebook page, and I need to change that because my Pinterest, Facebook, and YouTube channels are all Julie's Creative Stamping. Hey Shanine, so glad you're here with me tonight. But most importantly, make sure you check out my blog, stampinjuliebrown.blogspot.com, because usually after I do these videos, I actually will put the card size and the cuts and everything that you need to do to make the card. So make sure you check out my blog. So anyway, again, before we get started, we are going to be working with, sorry, I'm having problems getting stuff to move. This is one of the new things. I hope all of you have your catalogs. So this is one of the new ones. It's on page 54 and 55. It's the Nature's Harvest Bundle and Suite, and I think it's called Harvest Meadow Suite, but it's got this Nature's Harvest Bundle. I'm not using every single thing in the suite, but I am using most of what's in that suite. The bundle includes this beautiful stamp set, and then these dies. And again, this has some label dies in it, which are always fun. It has the ones that cut out. So obviously this one cuts out this flower, this one cuts out this flower. And then we have what I call standalone dies, because you can just cut them out and you have these beautiful flowers. So that is that part of it. I'm also going to be using the paper from this suite. Let me pull that in. It's so pretty if you haven't already seen it. And so it has this, this is the Misty Moonlight is this blue. And so that's one side, and then that's the other. And then it has this really pretty pattern. And then the other side to that is crumb cake. So it's got crumb cake in it, bumblebee in it. It has soft succulent. And this one's really pretty. I'm using this on the card tonight. It's got, I don't know if you guys can see, but it's got writing on it. And it's really, really pretty. And then it's got this really pretty pattern here. And the other side of that is, again, crumb cake. And you get two of each of these patterns. I think I've showed you that one, yeah. And then there's this one, and then that's the other side of this one. And then this pattern, and then that's the other side. So really pretty paper, and that's part of the suite. And then this suite also comes with and I'm going to go ahead and show it to you. I'm not using it tonight, but it also comes with this really cool time-worn type. And again, it's got like a type on it, and it's a embossing folder. I'm going to be using this like tomorrow in my cards that I design tomorrow, and so I will be able to show that to you. Let me see if I can get it closer. You can see how it's got kind of some wording in that as well. So I'm looking forward to working with that, because that should be really fun. And then it's got these really cute brushed metallic adhesive back dots, and those are really fun. I'm going to be using those on the card tonight. And then it also comes with some specialty paper, and I'm using a little piece of the specialty paper tonight, and it's this cork specialty paper. And I'm just using a really tiny strip of that tonight. Alrighty, so let's get started with our card. This is called a Pinwheel card. And what I want to do really quick is I want to put up all the measurements for you guys so you can see that. And you can, if you know how to do screenshots, you can take a screenshot and have all those measurements. I usually kind of go through the measurements with you, but I've heard from a lot of you that you prefer me doing it this way because then you can just take a screenshot and you have all of the measurements. So there's the measurements. Hopefully everybody's had time to get a screenshot of those. And I'll remove that. And if not, you guys can put in comments later and say, hey, could you put that back up at the end? And I'd be more than happy to do that. All right, so we're gonna start with the card base. And this card base is 4 7/8 by 5.5. Let me make sure I'm doing this right. Sorry. Okay, so we're going to take this and we're going to do some scoring. So the first score line is going to be at 1/2. Make sure I score it and I don't cut it. And then I'm going to turn it because it's easier to go across the other way. And then we're going to go to 1 1/4. And we're going to score it. Then we're going to go to 2 and score it. And then we're going to go to 2 3/4. So I just want to let you know that I actually saw this on Francie Martin's channel. And she saw it somewhere else, but she said she forgot where she saw it. But this is called a Pinwheel card. And so I loved the way that this turns out. And so it's one of the most important things you can do with this card is make sure that you do your burnishing. So you need like something to do a bone folder with. You need a bone folder to do this with. And then you'll notice that I'm burnishing it both directions because it's very, very important that you get this part done really well, because you want this to do this little pinwheel. And what's neat about the Pinwheel card is that it's a card that it folds up so you can mail it in a regular envelope. But then when you get it and you open it up, it will actually stand like on a mantle or on a bookcase and look really pretty just standing up as a decorative item. So this, even though I am doing a card tonight, you could also just send this to somebody and make it really pretty where they could just decorate their house with it. So a couple uses for this. Okay, so let me get okay. So the first thing we're going to do, and I am going to be using liquid glue tonight because in some cases you might need to remove some stuff and re-glue stuff, and so the liquid glue is the best way to do that. So I'm going to adhere the glue to this first little scored section. Then I'm going to fold it I got to think about this again. I think I might have done this on the wrong side. Let me think. I think this will work. And then you're going to fold it down to the second score line. And then you're going to close it like so. Okay, so then when you open it, you've got the start of your pinwheel. All right? So can you see that, how it stands on its own? Okay, so then what you're going to do is we're going to, you're going to have 3 of these card base pieces, and they are all 2 1/8 by 5 1/2. And again, I'm going to lay this down like so, And then this first little section that is, because there's a score line right here. So this section right here, I am going to adhere glue. Once this is built, it goes together really quick. This is kind of the important part. So you want to slide this in to where it's flush to that curved part, but you want your tops and bottoms to be even here. Then you're just going to take this and fold it closed. Okay, so now it looks like this. All right, so now we're going to turn it and we're going to move on. Now this one gets a little tricky because you can't fold it as easily, but I'm going to show you a little trick that I came up with. So, but you're still doing the same thing. So you're going to add your glue here. Then you're going to bring in this piece. You're going to go ahead and line this up correctly. Then you're going to very carefully stand it up so that your top and bottom is lined up. And then you're just going to fold it and lay that part down. All right, so you can see it starting to look like a pinwheel. Fun, fun. So, oh, but see what happened? I didn't get it all the way lined up. So I'm going to want to unglue this and move that over. So you always want to be checking it as you're going. That's why I use the Tombow glue for when that does stuff like that. And then I'm going to check that one. That one looks good. Okay, now I forgot where I was. Okay, let me see. It would be this one. Nope, it's got a, sorry, give me a minute. I got it all twisted up. Okay, so I've got, let me turn it this way. So I've got this one and I've got this one. I need this one. Okay. It's good not to lose like what side you're on. Okay, so now we're on this one, and this one's going to work just like that last one did. And so I'm going to line it up like so. And see what I mean? Like you can't, like, the reason you can't fold it like I did on the first one is because part of it is back here. So I'm going to pick that up and fold that down. I'm not going to press it all the way just yet because I want to open it and make sure that I've got it straight. And I can already see that this piece needs to be over just a little bit. All right, so then when you get it all done, this is what it looks like from the top. So that's the pinwheel part of the Fun Fold card. So now we're going to decorate it. And what you're going to want to do with your designer series paper is you're going to pick two different patterns. And so I picked the pattern that had the writing on it. And you're going to have two of the pieces that are this size, which is the 2 by 5 3/8. And then you're going to have two pieces of this same pattern that are 1 1/4 by 5 3/8. And then I picked my other pattern, and this one, it's the same size as these, the 2 and 5 3/8, but you only need one. And then you need two of the 1 1/4 by 5 3/8 of that same pattern. And then you're also going to need two little strips. And these are, I believe, 3/4 by 2. All right, and then the next piece, and the reason that I'm doing this, you could have done another one of these and not had this, but I wanted to have a white piece so that we could write on it. So we'll be putting that together in just a second. Okay, so to start this is going to be the front of my card, and this is going to be the back of my card. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this piece here, and I'm going to adhere it like so. So let me use my, and again, I'm using liquid glue on this card just because anytime you're doing like fun fold cards where they move a lot, it's good to use the liquid glue because once it glues, it has a really good adhesive to it, good strong adhesive. But it also, while you're working on it, if you make a mistake, you can pull it up and it gives you what I call a little wiggle room because it takes, you know, a quick second to dry, and because of that, it gives you a little more leeway or play. All right, so here's that. Then what I'm going to do on this side is take one of these small strips here, and we're going to lay it like so. So I hope everybody's been having a great time. I obviously have been having a great time. I got to go to Arizona to see my grandson and play ball, and then I just got back from visiting my family that lives in Ohio. It was supposed to be another tournament with Connor, but his coach canceled the tournament, and Wes and I already had our tickets, and so we went and stayed with one of my cousins and got to have a ton of fun. Okay, so now I'm going to bring in one of the larger pieces, and we're going to open up this side, and I'm just going to kind of open it up and then fold this back because I'm going to be laying this right here. And we got to do so much. We got to go to a Cincinnati Reds baseball game, which was tons of fun. But one of the most impressive things that we did was in Dayton, Ohio, they have an Air Force museum that has 4 huge hangars full of tons of airplanes. It was amazing to see it. I just couldn't believe how many airplanes they had in there. We were there 5 hours and did not see it all. So it's pretty impressive. Okay, so then when you open, so that's what the front's going to look like so far. Now I'm going to flip it over and do the back, and then I'm going to fill in what I call the in-between pieces. So here's the back. And so remember how I told you I'm going to do this white strip here because I want to be able to write something or stamp something. And so for this one, I'm going to stamp the word good luck, but before I do that, I'm going to adhere these little strips down here. Like I said, this is just a really fun card. Now, one thing that I did learn, I'm putting quite a bit of like layers and stuff on this, and you can still mail it, but you know, you probably don't want to do a lot of layers on this if you're mailing it. So what I'm talking about is like layer upon layer upon layer. Like you guys have seen some of the cards that I've done that have lots of layers. And although I am going to be using some dimensionals, and I tested it, it still fits in the envelope just fine. And I am going to be using embellishments. It might be something that you want to consider, because if you want to put like, if you want to decorate it more, then you probably would want to keep everything a little flatter in the card, just so that it doesn't get bulky in the envelope. Just a note, but I think it's okay with what I put on it for mailing. Okay, so, and then I'm going to trim. It came over just a little bit, or came off just a little bit. Oh yeah, and I got to see one of my, oh, so Mel, you've been to that the Air Force Museum. Isn't it awesome? It is unbelievable. So you were in Dayton, Ohio, and that's right. All my relatives live literally within 10 to 15 minutes of Dayton, Ohio. So that's cool. I'm glad somebody on here has seen this. So this stamp was a little big to go this way, so I just went ahead and put it at an angle. And this it's one of the sentiments in this set, and it just says good luck. So I'm so glad you've seen it. I was just amazed. And this museum is like free to go in. And so it was just unbelievable. Oh, I didn't know Doug grew up in Fairborn. That's cool. Okay, so now I've got this done, and then obviously I could write a little note and sign it. But again, remember, if you don't care about writing a note to somebody, if you want to just stamp something and not really sign your name, you could put another piece of designer series paper here to make this really pretty. But I don't mind the white on here because I like to write little notes to people. So that's just my thing. All right, so here we go. We've got this piece on there now. And so now what we're gonna do is, again, we're gonna come in with this piece here, which is the soft succulent with the little wording on it. And again, using the liquid glue. So some of the steps I did ahead of time so that I could get this put together for you guys and you could see it without taking a long time. So anyway, but yeah, we got to, at this Air Force Museum, back to the Air Force Museum. Sorry if I'm boring a lot of you. You get to walk through like Air Force One and you know, some of the other ones. And then Wes and my cousin, they had simulators and they got to do a simulator. So again, to put this other big piece, I'm going to just fold it open like that. And then add this piece. So anyway, I had a great time. And then we had one night where we went, unfortunately it got rained out. We only got half the concert. Again, another free thing, but it was the sounds of Motown in the middle of this fun park, and we just took our little fold-up chairs and sat outside and got to groove to some Motown, which was really fun. Okay, so far, this is the front, and this is the back. So now you'll notice that we have a piece like here that there's nothing on, and that's what these extra little pieces are for. So now I'm going to take this and stick that there. And the reason that you want to do this is because if they were to set it up, and you'll see the finished product, but if they were to set this up on a mantle or a bookcase, then you've got all of the areas decorated. So that was really fun. That group was so much fun, but we started getting lightning and it rained on us and we had to leave. And then my cousin lives on a lake, and so I got to go out on a paddle boat and go fishing. It was just a really fun week for Wes and I. Okay, so now we also have this here, and then you're gonna put this one here. So I've been like really busy, and I know I missed some Tuesdays and I felt bad. I was trying to, before I left, as most of you know, I was hosting Connie Mac Boys here. And I was hoping that before I left, I could get stuff taped for you guys. But I just, there was so much running around and so much cooking for those boys that I just ran out of time to get it all done. Okay. So see how when it opens up, it sits like this. And if you were just to kind of turn it, we now have all of the pages with something on it. Okay, so now we're going to finish decorating the front. And so there's another piece of paper that you need that is 3.5 by 6.5. Now, these are the stamps that are in the stamp set. I went ahead and did this ahead of time so you didn't have to watch me color. But I basically just stamped one of these and two of these in black Memento ink. And then I colored them in with our Stampin' Blends, and I used on these flowers right here, I used dark Calypso Coral and dark Mango Melody, and then at the very tip on this one only, I put So Saffron. And then the stem is the light evening evergreen. And then the leaves are light soft succulent. And I just blended, I don't know if you guys can see that, but I just blended those flowers with all of that. And I did that ahead of time just so you didn't have to watch me color those. But I am going to bring in my die cut machine because we have the dies to cut these out. And so we're going to go ahead and cut those out. Oops, maybe. All right. So I'm trying to get this so it's not, you guys don't have to sit and watch me color, but I do realize that I get new people on here that might want to see how the Stampin' Blends work. So hopefully I can get something for everybody in all of these videos that I do, because I definitely want to help all of the new people that are new to Stampin' Up and that are new about learning all of these techniques. Then I'm going to bring this die in and cut out this smaller one. We're going to be doing quite a bit of die cutting, so let me just get those done. Get those cut out. And then I've got to cut out this other little one. So that's what it looks like when it's cut out. So pretty. I'll tell you what, I felt a little rusty when I got home after being on, and I literally just got home today about 2 o'clock and then sat down and designed this card. I knew which set I wanted to use. Again, did not get it done before I left, so was glad it turned out because I don't know that I had a lot of time if it hadn't turned out. And I knew I wanted to do a fun fold card, so I had already seen the fun fold card that I wanted to do, so that was helpful. All right. And we're gonna run that through. And then this little saying, I'm actually going to fussy cut that out, but before I do that, I want to cut out the other pieces that I'm going to be using. All right, so I'm going to set that to the side for just a second. So that's so funny, Mel, that I never knew that Doug grew up in Ohio. I love Ohio. It's so pretty and green, and it's one of my favorite places to visit. Might be someplace I'd like to live someday. Actually, it is someplace I'd like to live someday. But not leaving the grandkids, right? Okay, so we're going to use this piece on a soft succulent piece, and these two dies. These are what remember, those are the standalone. These are the standalone dies. So we're going to cut all 3 of these out. I'm just going to run that through twice just in case. There is some, these 2 that are on the bumblebee. Did I say soft succulent? Soft succulent and bumblebee are the 2 colors of cardstock that I used. But some of these are kind of detailed, and so I wanted to make sure it cut it out properly. All right. And I'll give you those sizes in just a second. Let me just stick all those back on. And then this is going to come out. And like I said, I'm using quite a bit of pieces, quite a few pieces on this card. So that's why I'm trying to keep it to a minimum on the amount that I pop up on this particular card. Oh. So what has everybody else been up to? All right, so now I'm going to bring this piece back in. And we're just going to do a quick what I call fussy cutting. And the reason we call it fussy cutting is because it doesn't have to be exact. You're just trying to leave a small white edge around what you're cutting. Kind of the way the dies cut when they cut out pieces, but you know, obviously Stampin' Up does not have dies for all of their sets. So like if I were to fussy cut this out, I don't know that I would cut all the inside, but see how it leaves a white edge? That white edge just helps it to pop a little bit more, and so that's why you want to do that. All right, so I fussy cut this out. Then what I did was this little piece of cork that I cut out, and this piece was 3/4 by 2 3/4. Oh, let me give you these sizes, even though I did put that up. This one is 3 3/4 by 4, and this one is 4 1/2 by 5 1/2. All right, so then what I'm going to do, again, bring in my liquid glue, and we're just going to add some glue here. Just little dots. Get some glue on that, and we're going to stick that on the cork just to kind of give this a fun look. I love this cork. I can't wait to play with it some more. It's really fun to work with, and I've got tons of ideas for it, so I'll be busy with this. Okay, so then it's going to look like that once you get it mounted. All right, so now we're going to bring our card back in, and we're going to start decorating. So for this front piece here, and these little tiny pieces like this might have been a good one to put the adhesive sheets on the back, and then when you cut it out, you could just pull them off and this whole thing would be sticky. Sometimes I think about that, sometimes I don't, but I would suggest it. Now I'm not going to worry about a lot of glue on the bottom of this one just because I'm putting something, I'll be putting another piece over the top of it. That's another thing to always think about when you're like getting ready to glue your pieces together is, hey, if I've got a piece that's going right over it, then I may not have to glue like all of, you know, I may not have to put glue on every single piece or every single section. Okay, so I'm just going to lay that one like so. And then I'm going to bring in this flower that I colored, and it's going to lay like so. Now, I will tell you, think about how it opens, because it's okay to hang stuff over on this side because you know, because it opens like that, but you don't want pieces hanging off on this side. And you need to think about that every time you place a piece down. How does it open? Because one side it's okay to hang over, the other side it's not. So just be aware of that as you're putting this together. Sorry, I'm going to pull this. This somehow got, there's some plastic that covers this, and it got a little weird, and so it's making it hard when I try to put my lid back on. Again, I'm just going to put some dots. Now, I did put more dots at the bottom because I'm not putting, well, I kind of am putting something on top of this. Okay, so I'm going to make sure that to be safe, I'm going to keep my flowers in line with my Designer Series paper. And this is the Harvest Meadow Designer Series paper if you're just coming in and just joining us. Okay, so that's going to be there so far. Then I'm going to take one of my little flowers and put it over here. And again, because this opens, I want to make sure that I don't have it like where it's going to fold when it opens. So I'm going to say that's probably the biggest challenge with this decorating this card, is just being aware of how it opens so that you're not folding any of the pieces that you're putting on there. Then I'm going to open this, and I'm going to take this fun piece here, and it's going to go like so. And you'll see that when I close this other piece, this is actually going to show out from behind it. So it's going to give it a really fun look. when the card is closed, but then it's also going to give it some decoration here for when it's open. So again, I'm paying attention to how it opens, and I don't want anything over here. And then I'm going to come in with this other little flower that I did. I did 2 of these little flowers, and that one's going to go like so. I think it's running out of glue. Whoops, drop that on me. All right, so that's going to cover the bottom of that one. And some of this, if I was just doing a flat card, some of this would look really cute popped up. Again, I don't want to put that much dimension. So see how when that's closed, oh, so I probably want to shift this just a little bit because I really don't want this flower to show. There. There. So see how when it's closed, or oh, like at the front of the card, you can still see these flowers coming, but then when you open it, there's another little flower there. Fun! Okay, so then I'm going to go to the back of my card, and on the back of the card, I'm going to bring in this flower, and it's just going to decorate right here, and you'll be able to see this when you close it, but that's okay. I just wanted to kind of stick something right there. Now, I just want you to know this would look absolutely fine with nothing on it at all, but I just wanted to add some fun decorations. Plus, I kind of wanted to show you guys what all of these dies do. Okay, so that's going to look like that on the back. All right, so then on the front, this is the one time I'm going to pop up, but again, I have to pay attention. Like, you know, we might want to try to center it here. You don't want to do that because if you centered it and then tried to open it, it would bend this. So this is going to have to sit this way where it goes off this side. And I am going to bring in dimensionals here. And I'm going to put one right here. And then I'm kind of going to do my, what I remember I call this my dry run. And kind of in this area is where I want my other dimensional. I don't want one all the way at the end over there, because then when you open it, you'll see the back of this. And you don't want to see the dimensionals. So I'm going to line that up like so. So it sits kind of at the bottom, and then see when you open it, you can't, there's no dimensionals. Now you could put some color here if you don't like that. It doesn't bug me. All right, and then to finish up this card, and so, oh, I guess I should have told you, this says, because I love this saying, a reminder to never forget how much you mean to me and so many others. And then this is kind of for someone who's maybe graduating or something special, and then, or getting married even, and then it says good luck on the back. All right. And then last but not least, we're going to bring in our brushed metallic dots, and I'm going to use the gold ones over here. And I'm going to use a big one and stick it up here. And then I'm going to put 2 small ones like so. And I'll bring this closer. And then on the back, I'm going to put it at the opposite side. So this is like one time where we're actually putting dimensionals on kind of the inside of the card, even though this is really the back of the card. And then like so, and like so. All right. So when they open the card, this is what they're going to see. And let me bring it closer so you guys can see. Isn't that cute? And then understand you could add more stuff here, but the more you put in it, the thicker it's going to lay, and you kind of want it to lay flat. So that would be the front. This is the back where you would write something. But then if they wanted to set it So like if they wanted to set it on a mantle or on a bookcase, they would have this really fun card. And I wish I could show it to you, but you know, so they could either see that side or this side or this side or this side. So fun. Isn't that a fun card? I had not seen this fun fold before. And so I thought it would be really fun to do that card for you guys. Okay, so, and again, it fits in a regular envelope. So again, I use the Nature's Harvest. This is one of the new ones in the new mini catalog, and I hope all of you guys have gotten the mini catalog. And then these are the dies that come along with it, which makes this really fun. And think about all the fun things with this fun fold card. I'm sure you guys have tons of stamp sets that you could use this idea and make some really fun cards to send out using this fun fold card. And again, that's just what it looks like when you turn it or set it on, you know, because it's going to set up just perfect on its own. And it's going to look really pretty on somebody's, what am I trying to say? Now you see how it's a pinwheel. You know what? I'm going to try to move my camera and see if I can get a shot for you guys. So bear with me. So, oh, let's see. It's not, how do I have to turn this so I can see it? Sorry guys, I'm trying to get it. Huh. Okay, that's not working so good. I was hoping I could kind of get it to where, but it's, I don't know why. Oh, there we go. Okay, here we go. Whoops. There. So that's what it would look like sitting on like a shelf. Isn't that cute? And then you can turn it and turn it and turn it. But yeah, look how cute that looks sitting on a shelf. Fun. All right, I'll put that back. But yeah, so that's how we did that with this new fun mini catalog. And then last but not least is, I know I've been really late getting information out, but card classes are this week. So if you're in this area and you want to come, I will have card class on Thursday morning at 10, Thursday evening at 5:30, and Saturday at 10. So if you guys haven't told me that you want to come and you want to come, please let me know, because I am going to be getting card kits together tomorrow for that. And so if you want to be part of that class, then definitely let me know so that I have enough card kits for everybody. So let's move this. Oh, I wanted to put this up one more time. So that is on page 54 and 55 of the July through December mini catalog. Don't forget, it's celebration. So hopefully you guys got your celebration catalog along with your mini catalog. So for every $50 that you spend, you get free items, and such fun free items this time. So anyway, guys, thanks for being here tonight. And sorry I've been kind of missing in action, but I kind of needed a vacation. This was kind of a new vacation for me because we usually have either our kids or grandkids with us, and it was just me and Wes, and we got to do what we wanted to do. So it was a really fun vacation, and I thank you guys for all being patient. And I know you guys missed my lives, but I'm back and I will be doing a lot more lives. And again, if you guys would like to come to my class, please make sure that you let me know. Shanine, you have not gotten your catalog yet? Okay, well, I have an extra here and I will get that out to you. Mel, have you gotten your catalog? I know this is a little delayed, so I'm going to wait just a second to see if she got hers. And then Shanine, I will check to see which address I sent that to, and maybe it was the same one that your one order went to and somebody's getting the catalog. I don't know. And Mel, you haven't gotten yours yet either? Really? The mini catalog or the celebration one? So I'm just waiting to see which catalog you guys didn't get. Or have you gotten neither one of them? Because I know a couple people told me they did get them. Oh, so Mel, you haven't gotten either. Oh my goodness. Okay. I'm glad you guys told me. I'm going to be contacting all of my customers and seeing if they have their catalogs. So anyway, again, if you're online and you want to come to class, let me know. Shanine, I do have an extra one here I can get to you, and then I will check with Stampin' Up and find out what is going on with the other catalogs, because you guys should have had them way before now. So, and sorry I was out of town, because I know they just got shipped out, and you guys should have them. So I will check on that for both of you and get back with you sometime the rest of this week, sometime this week. Anyway, guys, thanks for being here tonight, and I hope everybody had a great couple weeks off, and I hope you enjoyed this card tonight, and hopefully I'll see some of you this week at card class, and if not, we'll be seeing you next Tuesday. Talk to everybody soon, and thanks for being here tonight. Bye.